What's going on, everybody? Daniel Rodriguez here, and welcome to my Avengers Infinity War spoiler review. Again, spoiler review. If you have not seen Avengers Infinity War, then you are going to want to click out of this video. You're going to want to head to your local theater and watch Avengers Infinity War, then come back and then continue on to watch this video, or watch the 1,000 other videos of spoiler reviews that are already out on the internet. There's so much to choose from. Why not watch them all? Man. Holy shit. Let me tell you this right now. 19th film in the MCU. It is the third film directed by Joe and Anthony Russo. First was Winter Soldier, then it was Civil War, and then now, this ain't no Captain America film no more, boys. This is Avengers. Man. The first thing... And we're starting off right now. We're going to start off. I'm going to go through my pros and cons. I'm going to go in-depth detail. I'm going to tell you what I really loved and what I really disliked. So bear with me here. Spoilers, again. Spoilers. Alright, here we go. Alright, the ending of the film. The snap. Right when Thanos, when he was sitting down and he was looking at the sunset and he smiled right then and there, and when it went black, and the credits are looking like some dramatic film, like the end of Phantom Thread or something like that, you know. The credits are going, and my friend Andreas, he looks at me, he turns to me and he says, "Did they just do that? Tell me they just didn't do that." And I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. I really don't. I'm just kind of like, I'm just gesturing, you know, like, hey, look at the screen, like, yeah, they did it. They everybody was making fun of the memes and stuff, man. Like when the guy's sleeping with his girl or his wife in the bed, and oh, I bet he's thinking about another girl, and he's like, I wonder if Thanos is going to snap and the screen's going to go black. Although, I really would have liked if he just would have snapped his fingers and everything would have went black. You know what I mean? And then that's how it ends. It doesn't show Thanos going to young Gamora, and she's like, what did it cost? And he's like, everything. I really would have liked if it just would have went black. The snap, the white screen, and then directed by Joe and Anthony Russo, end it like that. I think that would have been a perfect way to end the film. I still love what they did, but I think they should have saved the opening of Avengers 4. Avengers 4, the next one, with, you know, then Bucky walking and like, Steve, I don't feel so good. And then, you know, everybody goes then. Right, so we're going to start off with the pros. I'm going to tell you all the things that I really enjoyed about Infinity War, the things I loved, and then get to the cons, the things that I hated and disliked about the film. First off, I do want to say I love a lot of this film. I think there are flaws. I think there are some things wrong, and personally I think some things are like, maybe I expected a little bit too much, or maybe I expected something from the comics, or some cool moments, you know, like Doctor Strange and Iron Man when they're like cool facial hair, and you know, I'm still waiting. You don't fucking say that the end of Age of Ultron when he's like, Avengers, you know, I'm waiting for Captain America to be like, Avengers assemble. When is he gonna say that? As well, when there was another part, they didn't do the Captain America and Thanos thing, where he's like, you know, they're talking about death and sentiments and whatever, and he's like, pretty noble for a man who's about to die, and yada yada. That was the perfect moment to do that, and they didn't do that. Man. Unless they're waiting for Avengers 4 and they're going to do that again, then alright. But if they didn't do that, or at least if they didn't even film that scene, that is just a horrible missed opportunity. You only get to do this once. Why didn't you do it? I just don't understand that. Alright, so first off, Thanos, Josh Brolin, ever since seeing him, officially Brolin, in Guardians of the Galaxy, So what was that, 2014? I mean, we're talking about a few years ago, 4 years ago, and this kind of build up, and then 6 years from the Avengers of building up Thanos. Man, it was. I love the effects. I love the look. I love the design. I love his armor. I love the way his armor comes off. I love how real he looks. They put so much money into Thanos' look. It's just his, that scene, the opening scene when it's Hulk versus Thanos. That is one of my favorite fight scenes out of the entire film because how raw and intense it was. Hulk got his ass kicked. And I love how Ebony Maw was just like, let him have his fun. I mean, seriously, Thanos was just taking the punches, and then he's like, hold up now. Boom. Fight him, WWE style, man. He's just going at him and body slams him. And Thor over there's just watching. Loki's probably just on the side looking as well. That, they show so much of Thanos. I'm going to go back to between Thanos and Thanos. Of who he really is and how powerful he is. Now, I do, right now, after watching Infinity War, when I watched it last night, I really do believe that Thanos is my favorite MCU villain so far. He's better than Ultron. Anybody's better than Ultron. He's better than Loki. Loki would probably be my number 3. He'd be my number 3 villain out of the MCU. He's better than all the other villains. Not saying there has been some good villains in the MCU and there has been some shite villains. But Thanos stands as the number 1 greatest MCU Marvel Cinematic Universe villain ever. Period. The best. Even better than Killmonger. I was going to say Kilgrave. He's amazing. Josh Brolin did a fantastic job on Thanos and creating this character and building him up over the years, and to finally have it was a big payoff and it was worth the wait. So just from design, the look, voice, the motion capture, everything brought down to it. Every single scene that Thanos was in was intense, brutal, beautiful, and disturbing. So big round of applause to Mr. Josh Brolin. Next up, Thor and Rocket, man. This chemistry, I didn't really even think about it with the trailers. I wasn't like, oh, Thor and Rocket and Groot are going to be on a journey together. And I'll go down the line from beginning to end as well, and we'll get about Loki's death and all that too. But I just want to talk about the main things that I really just kind of was like, man, I enjoyed it so much with this. Thor and Rocket. Bradley Cooper and Chris Hemsworth. It's a perfect chemistry combination of just funny night out. The sucky thing is when watching the film, people are laughing, and I mean, I'm laughing too, but I'm not like, whoa, that's funny. You know what I mean? Like, everyone else around me is laughing, and I didn't get to hear what the other person says, and I'm like, fuck, guys, I need subtitles, come on, man. This is kind of a con. Well, I guess we're jumping from pros and cons since it's kind of related to the scene that I'm talking about. Peter Dinklage as the dwarf, forge, maker, whatever guy. He took my hand, whatever, and I love Peter Dinklage. I think he's fantastic. He's amazing. He's perfect. But the voice he was doing, what was that? I mean, I get it. He's a big dwarf, and he's supposed to. Like, I get the voice he's trying to do. I do. I just, I don't. Why? I mean, it just sounded so overacting. It was an overacted thing when you could have just used your regular voice instead of acting more, and I really feel like that could have been more done better. He looks great. I really was kind of saddened by that, and how Thor's storyline is probably the weakest out of the 4 arcs. You got Thanos' arc, you got Iron Man's arc, and the rest of the heroes. Captain America's arc and the rest of the heroes, and then you have Thor. I really, really feel like you should have... if you look at all of them, you want to see more Iron Man, you want to see more Captain America, you want to see these interactions, and then they go back to Thor, and then it's a little slow, it's not boring, it's not like, hurry up and come on, but it's really just like, I want to see this person, I want to see that person. Guys, I haven't seen Iron Man since, well, Homecoming, but I haven't really seen, Iron Man since yada yada, since Civil War. Like, I want to see more. I want to see this interaction. I want to see that interaction. Where's Everett Ross? Where's this person? Where's that? And anyway, I really feel like with that, they could have picked up the pace a little bit with Thor more to make the Stormbreaker, because I know the Stormbreaker is going to be a bigger part of Thor and Thor's story, but still, if he, at the end when he threw it at Thanos, it's just kind of like, well, we just wasted those 30 minutes on Thor when it didn't work. Congrats, that was a waste of time. It was, when you think about it, it didn't work. It was a waste of time. It needed to be shown. I mean, that is part of making the Stormbreaker. I get that part, but at the same time, it's a waste of time. But it had to be done. The effects, practical and CGI effects. Again, this was like maybe, what was it, a $400 to $500 million budget of a film, or it was either $300. I think it was $300 to $400 of a budget technically. You could see it. It's perfect. I don't think there were many... There was maybe either 2 or 3 things that took me out of it. But I think everything from the trailer and what they show, that they really... They finalized it and they updated it in the final product. There's just some scenes when, like, Bruce Banner was in the Hulkbuster and he looked a little just... It looks so weird and off. Mark Ruffalo definitely doesn't fit that Hulkbuster. But, yeah, that definitely, those little scenes like that. Other than that, I think everything looked perfect that was computer generated. And practical effects, I mean, some of the explosions, the ones that were real and ones that were fake. That's something that Joe and Anthony Russo are so perfect at, is the action and the choreography. The massive set battles, man, that makes you feel like you're in Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones. That is what they are so perfect at. And that is what shines in this film, is the action scenes. The Wakanda battle scene is fantastic. None of the action scenes in this film top the Civil War airport battle. It doesn't. But what happens in this film, I'll tell you. My favorite fight probably is Thanos and Hulk. That's number 1. And then it goes to the Wakanda scene. And I've only seen it one time. I need to see it a few more times to kind of get my grips fully on it and get myself indulged. But the Wakanda scene, everybody with Captain America's story arc and all that, they're all there and they all fight. But it never really feels like they're there. I know that sounds weird, but it's just Captain America shows up. Captain America's my favorite, by the way. He shows up, got a beard, walks around. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Glad to be back. All right, Bucky, good to see you. What's up? New shield thing. It looks cool, but that's it. It's just... boom, boom, you know what I mean? And then he's fighting his ass off, but at the same time, that's it. Somebody get to Vision, and that's all he does. They're barely there. It doesn't feel like they're there. It really doesn't. It feels like they're just there, and they're fighting, and I get it. It's a war, and I get why it was done. And we'll spend more time with them in Avengers 4 because Captain America's still there at the end. Same as Iron Man, same as all the others that remained. But still, it's like, give a little more, just a little more dialogue. I just think all of them didn't have I don't know. It's just from last night and then thinking about it. Doctor Strange, Iron, I mean, even though it's Thanos' film technically, all of the Avengers, like, they only have so much dialogue. Not all of them have, like, all their scenes non-action, like, before they start throwing punches, it seems like every single person could have filmed all their stuff within a month, and they'd be done. It would have took it a month to film, and then the action scenes are the only things that would have taken time. Everything else is like baby dialogue, baby dialogue, baby dialogue, little, there's no huge monologue. That's just how I feel. I get why they did that. This is the beginning of the end. But still. Again, the massive battle scenes, I thought that was... The Wakanda scene really topped a lot of it. I just felt maybe a little bit too shaky camera. And not the cliche shaky camera, but there was just something about it where there was so much going on Titan. There was so many people jumping around that it was hard to kind of focus on one thing. Doctor Strange, but focusing on Iron Man, but then you're seeing Star-Lord run on those things that Doctor Strange is doing for him. But at the same time, how is he doing that while he's fighting this? And you know what I mean? There's just so much going on. At the end, the ending, the consequences. Right when he snapped his fingers, when he's like, "You should have aimed for the head." I was just, my jaw dropped. As everybody else is in the theater, it was just, I mean, I never took it out of the possibility that he would do that. I kind of guessed that he would do that, but actually seeing it happen and you're like, shit, how do they do this now? Oh man. Oh man. Like, oh man. And it happens, and the consequences, and him sitting down, and he finally gets what he wants, balance in the universe. You know what I mean? Like, there it is. It happened. So with that was definitely, I have to kind of say it, and I guess I really believe it and think it, that is probably the greatest ending to any Marvel film ever. It's the greatest ending. It was ballsy. It was beautiful. It was horrific. And everybody, and I gotta tell you this because it did kind of take it away. What did I write? Did I write it down? The deaths didn't impact me as I wanted to. This person. And over here, I'm like, have you guys seen the Avengers 4 set leaks where they're dressed up as, 2012 Avengers again? Like, they time travel back in time? They're not dead. Like, Gamora, dead. She should stay dead. Even though I really want to see more Gamora. And I'm just like, they did it already. Okay, dead. Loki dead. Heimdall dead. But after Bucky was like, I don't feel so good. Bucky, and from then on, dead. I don't know why I said that. Not dead. Not dead. I repeat, not dead. Vision. I'd love Vision to come back. I hope Vision does come back, but at the same time, Vision, there could be a piece of him still left in there somewhere in the brain, but dead. So without that, Bucky and forward, I think, not dead. They're gonna bring them back. Black Panther and Spider-Man are the money makers. They are going to bring them back. So I wanted to cry during that scene when Peter Parker's like, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. I don't want to go. I started to get a little misty-eyed, but I wanted to I wanted that. And I just never got that. You know what I mean? I never got that. Maybe because I'm thinking Spider-Man's not technically gonna die. Like, I get it was sad, but I'm like, you're gonna be back in Avengers 4. Calm down. You know what I mean? Like, there was just something about that mentality that it just didn't make me cry. I didn't cry when Superman died in Dawn of Justice until I saw it for the 5th time when I bought it on Blu-ray. Then I cried. Maybe I'll cry when I see it on Blu-ray, or maybe I'll cry the 2nd time or 3rd time viewing. But it just doesn't impact me because I know they're not fully dead. Next up, Red Skull. Oh, man. Oh, I was the only person in the theater that, when Red Skull popped up, I'm thinking to myself when I first saw that person in a red cloak, I'm thinking, oh shit, that's Death. Death, yes. And then it was a guy's voice, and I was like, oh, okay, it's not Death. You know, I didn't expect it to be somebody that we know of. I really didn't. I'm thinking it's some new character. And then Red Skull out of nobody, like out of nowhere, fucking Randy Orton, man. Fucking Red Skull shows up. And I am the only person in the theater where I just say, oh shit. Like, I just said it, oh shit. And then I felt so stupid because then I felt weird because I was the only person that reacted. But hey, you know, whatever. Ross Marquand. Ross Marquand, I think that's how you say his name. Aaron from Walking Dead. Great impressionist. I think that's Ross Marquand, right? Pretty sure. He played Red Skull this time, not Hugo Weaving, and I bought it. I thought that was Hugo Weaving. I'm like, they got him. They'll get back, baby. But no, it was Ross Marquand. So, wow, Red Skull. I'm guessing Red Skull's. I don't know. I mean, it really didn't make sense, but at the same time, Red Skull! It was perfect, Red Skull. But is that the last time we're going to see Red Skull? He could come back. I mean, Ross Marquand did an awesome job. Just have him come back and play Red Skull again. Just do it. But I don't know. I guess that's it. There's Red Skull. There's your answer. Bye. You got what you wanted, Marvel fans. Again, Hulk versus Thanos. I loved it. Strange in his powers. Oh, man. Wow. Fantastic. When he multiplied himself all around Thanos, that was intense. He has grown so much over the years. I absolutely love what they're doing with Doctor Strange and all the powers that he's done. What I really would love in Avengers 4, if Doctor Strange, if he could just go and fight Thanos. Okay. I'm sorry, but can we please do Doctor Strange and Thanos, where Doctor Strange punches Thanos and he punches him so hard that they go through multiple dimensions, and he's flying through the dimensions, and they're just punching each other as they go through these multiple dimensions. That would be an awesome fight scene. I mean, come on. Maybe when they're flying through the dimensions, maybe we see, I don't know, a guy dressed up as Wolverine in the actual fucking comic book costume and fucking fighting Sentinels or something. I don't know. Wouldn't it be amazing? I don't know, do a little callback or something, whatever. Hey, I don't know, but, I just gave you an idea, Marvel, so maybe y'all should just hurry the fuck up and get that 20th Century Fox deal and shit done, Hey, anyway, you ever need me to write something, I could write action scenes for you guys, because apparently y'all need some help with ideas for action scenes every now and then. So anyway, Doctor Strange's powers were fantastic. Looked amazing. Looked really awesome. in Benedict Cumberbatch. It's just when they're walking, he's walking with Wong in the beginning, and they're talking about going to go eat something or some tacos or something like that. That was really, really. I like the whole comedy mix up there and how they caught him with that. Next up, Peter's new suit. Peter Parker's new suit. The Iron Spider. One person in my theater clapped when the Iron Spider thing was revealed. I was like, it looks cool. I don't know why I need to clap on it. I'm just, it's. That's like every time Iron Man suits up. Oh, whoa, yeah. It's just like, okay, he's Iron Spider. Like, do you have a fucking problem, sir? Okay, Iron Spider. Like, did you not think it was gonna happen? Anyway, so that happened. He looked really cool. That was really fun. I really wish he could have used it more in battle, though. Maybe stab Thanos in the head with your sharp things. That would have been a nice thing, but whatever. Bruce's reaction to Thanos. Yeah, Bruce Banner's reaction. Oh, and Spider-Man with the jokes. Tom Holland again kicking ass as Peter Parker. All the jokes when he's going through these time holes or through these vortexes or portals, and he's like, portal kick, portal jump. He's just back and forth. That was perfect. Pissing off Thanos. Insect. Just throws him out. How do you even know what a spider is, Thanos? Do you have spiders on your homeworld? Next up, Bruce's reaction to Thanos. I felt that right after Bruce landed in the, I can never say it, the Sanctum Sanctorum in New York, when Bruce was like, Thanos is coming. We have to. He was just so shaking, and you know they went to go get Tony. Like, you could totally feel that, like, hey, I wouldn't come if it wasn't important, and you know, yada yada yada. That was perfect. I really did feel that Bruce Banner was so shaken by Thanos' arrival. So that was perfect. I really, really enjoyed that whole reaction, and it felt very realistic. Star-Lord's deep voice when he was trying to be Chris Hemsworth, you know, or Thor, you know. That is all, good sir. You know, he said the whole good sir bit. That was perfect. Sadly, besides that, I really do think that Star-Lord was my least favorite character in this film. Mind you, that can change in my second viewing or third viewing, but I like Chris Pratt's jokes in here. I really do, but it was just so more of cockiness has grown so much of the character that even though I love the little jokes that he does and the deep voice, it's still, he's just so douchey in here, and there's so much like testosterone in the room that it's just, he has to be the number one guy, you know what I mean? So I just felt he was very douchey this film, and very unlikable at times, and especially when he started hitting Thanos and he was mad about Gamora and all that, and it's just like, you need to chill out for a second, dude. After that, the callbacks with Avengers, what Tony did about how he's had nightmares after New York, calling back to the Avengers with a nuclear bomb, and all that stuff with Iron Man 3 of the nightmares, and it's all because of him. I like all those callbacks. I really appreciated that as a fan, and kind of remembering along with Tony with that. And of course the set designs from Titan, a lot of the practical, to Nivandavir or whatever it's called, to Nowhere, which was like the fourth time we've been. It feels like it's the fourth time we've been to Nowhere. We've been there quite a few times, or at least they talked about it in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and then we visited in Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Hey, Stan Lee's cameo. What are you kids doing? You've never seen a spaceship. That was fun. Not his best cameo. It went by too quick. Oh my god, I just imagined. Oh, that would have been really, wow, what a cameo that would have been. You guys fucked up, Russos. Wow, what if you would have showed regular civilians besides the Nick Fury and Maria Hill perspective of people disappearing? When you were showing like parts of the world of people disappearing, you could have showed Stan Lee just disappearing. That would have made me cry. Oh man, people would be traumatized, and that was a wasted opportunity. I wonder if that went through any of their mind. It had to, I hope. But if not, then that would a waste. And then obviously I think Hawkeye's going to change to Ronin in Avengers 4 because his family's going to get erased from time, and he's going to end up going a little bit more crazier, changing his name, yada yada. And then I'm pretty sure Captain Marvel, she'll go and fight Thanos and maybe wield the gauntlet and time. I don't know, something like that. Whatever. So really, that was the pros. We'll talk about a little bit of the deaths in a second, but those were all the things that I really loved about the film. And then the things that I didn't like was deaths didn't impact me as much as I wanted them to. No tears were dropped. Star-Lord's attitude. So little time with certain characters, and Dinklage's voice. That was the things that I wasn't a really big fan of. But I love Tony's new suit, his technology. I really loved Ebony Maw. I think Proxima Midnight. She's hot. Except the horns on the side, I could do without that, but I think she's hot the way she moves and stuff. Proxima Midnight's really beautiful. The Black Order, the big guy, and the other guy that looks like a troll or whatever. Corvius Grave or something, or Grieve. There are obstacles in the way for the Avengers, but not that. They're tiny obstacles. But I do have to say that Proxima Midnight and Ebony Maw are my favorite ones out of them. But they looked great, CGI-wise and design. They looked great. With that, Loki's death, I wanted to cry again. Heimdall's death, I didn't cry. I really didn't. It happened. I felt bad for Thor watching Loki die. That really sucked. It just happened so quick, and it just opened up with that you really didn't have time to, it happened. And it happened. And yeah, there's not really much else to say about that. Really, what else is there that I'm missing? Gamora's death, I wasn't sad about Gamora's death. I was kind of thinking I want to see more Gamora. I don't know why you're killing Gamora at this time. It kind of feels like a sin that James Gunn can't do it, and that you have to have Joe Anthony Russo do it. It just feels like you're just throwing one of the Guardians away after there's so much more that you can do with her, and they just throw it out of the window. But maybe she'll come back. But I feel like her death is permanent, and that Zoe Saldana will be doing other things. Gives her time to do Star Trek 4. But other than that, there's not really much that I have to say. I kind of said all the things that I loved and all the things that I didn't like. And overall, I really, really enjoy Infinity War. I think it's a great action film, and it's a really good comic book film. I think it's better than Black Panther, better than most since Civil War, better than Justice League. It's better than, I don't even know if I'd say it's better than Logan, but possibly. It's the best comic book film so far this year. I think it's going to be, possibly Deadpool 2 could top it for all I know. But for right now, Infinity War is really amazing. It's fun. It has a few flaws. It has a few errors, but not enough where it messes up the entire 2 hours and 40 minutes, where I never want to see it again. It's not The Last Jedi. It's better than The Last Jedi. 100 million miles better than The Last Jedi. That's for sure. Other than that, I really appreciate you guys watching this. I'm going to give the Avengers Infinity War an 8.3 out of a 10 for me, which equals a B+. It's awesome. It's a really awesome film. Yes, again, has its problems. It's not a perfect 10 out of a 10. But it's everything I wanted and more, and everything I wanted and less. I think there were things that I was let down on, and there were things that I really enjoyed, and some surprises that I never saw coming. And I'm glad I never saw that stuff coming. So, other than that, I appreciate each and every one of you for watching this. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, share, and hit that subscribe button. And until next time, I'll see you for the next one. Avengers Infinity War. Awesome film. Go see it with your friends. Go take your mother, your daughter, your brother, your sister, your son out. Go take everybody out, man, and go see this film because it is worth watching in theaters. I did not personally see it in IMAX. I want to see it in IMAX. If you have a local IMAX theater showing Avengers Infinity War, make sure to go check it out in IMAX because it was specifically filmed in IMAX. So don't miss the opportunity and watch it happen. As well, when Tony Stark got stabbed, I really thought to myself, okay, he's gonna die. But once Doctor Strange started bargaining again with Thanos, I was like, okay, he's fine. Tony's fine. He's not gonna die. So that almost got me there. And then the sheer look of Thanos looking worried when Captain America was holding the gauntlet and holding back his punch, that was something to see, man. Very enjoyable. Thank you guys again for watching. Really do appreciate it. Until next time. Bye-bye.